Canada is getting its very first in-hospital midwife unit. Expected to support more than 1,000 births over the next 5 years, the midwife unit in Ontario's Markham-Stoufville Hospital is in response to a rising demand in the province. But will we see it spread right across the country? Joining me with more is Executive Director of the unit, Carol Cameron. Carol, good morning.
Good morning. Nice to have me here. Thank you.
Yeah, so you chuckled when you saw that Instagram picture. You guys are so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. But tell me, why should the rest of Canada be so invested in this as you guys are?
Well, I think it's just another option for women, right? I mean, we've heard from our consumers. We work with our consumers really closely to build this unit, and they told us they wanted to have their babies in a birth center environment, but many of them wanted to have it in a hospital where they had access to other things. They didn't want to have to leave their midwife or move somewhere else if they wanted to access something like an epidural or if things didn't go quite as planned. So think of it like a birth center within a hospital, but all the trappings of a birth center that you can imagine, really homey, nice, wonderful environment. But the obstetrical unit is 50 feet down the hall, and you still get all the care from your midwives. So midwives are running this and leading it and actually governing it as well, and it's the first time that this has ever happened.
It's so exciting.
It's very exciting.
I've had midwifery assisted births for both my kids, and it is such a different experience, especially when it comes to the actual birth. What could women find in your room that would look a little bit different than a normal labor and delivery room?
Well, there'll be a lot of things. The environment, first of all, we used a lot of visuals, a lot of wall wrapping. We incorporate a lot of nature because we know that nature really decreases stress. We put things in there like birthing chairs and balls and slings and things for physiological labor because we know that women left to their own devices will move around. Very, very rarely will a woman get into a bed. It happens all the time, but it's because we're sort of conditioned to it. And also, if you look into any normal hospital room, the first thing you see is the room is the bed. It's all about the bed, exactly. So we took the bed out of the room. We have Murphy beds, which are beautiful double beds that come down, and you can cozy up there with your partner and your baby afterwards. And if women do want to be in a bed or they have an epidural, there's a reason they should be in a bed. We have labor and delivery beds that can just pop right into that room. We have all the high-tech stuff, if you will, the infant resuscitar or whatever. We can just modify the room to flex depending on how that woman's labor goes.
So we know in our hospitals in Canada that the #1 reason for hospitalization is childbirth.
Yes, it is.
With a normal birth that is assisted by midwives, they're out of the hospital a lot faster.
Yeah, the maximum length of stay on our unit will be about 6 hours, right? And the midwife will then follow that woman home and do all the postpartum care in her own home. You're just really choosing the hospital for that acute phase, if that's your option. And then all that postpartum care takes place at home in a relaxed environment. And we have very, very, almost minimal readmission rates. So we know that sending women home who are healthy and well in their babies is a good thing to do.
It's a good thing, and it takes the demand right off the hospitals.
Absolutely, yes.
The demand is on the rise for midwives across Canada.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we've seen midwives assist in about 10% of all births across the country. There are only 6 programs available to train them across the country. So our in-hospital midwife unit, something we're hoping to see right across the nation?
I think we can replicate this. I really do. We're going to do a very robust evaluation on it. McMaster University is helping us with that. We have community midwives who will grow in their numbers, and they're able to do that and give care to more women because we have a midwife staffing the unit 24/7 that will help and support those midwives, right? So it's going to really grow, I think, yeah.
For an average woman who is coming in, about to give birth, who comes to Markham-Stoufville, who hasn't had midwifery care through her pregnancy, can she utilize the services of the unit, or are we still seeing that these women need to be clients of yours throughout their...
Yeah, right now women are clients of the midwifery practices, so they should, sign up with the midwifery practices and have privileges at Markham-Stoufville Hospital, and then they have the option to deliver, well, they would deliver on the AMU, yeah. Okay.
Carol, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Very
it was my pleasure.
Yeah, and say hello, as you said when you came in. Say hello to Trish and Sushma and Marnie and my whole team.
I will. They'll be happy that I saw you. Yeah.
Very cool. Again, thank you for Carol for being here this morning. The first midwifery assisted unit is in Canadian hospitals at Markham-Stoufville.